Okay, this is another video now. We're doing the old Moments of Magic series. I want to talk about mainly the times that we do Tai Chi. You know, when we had our mini camp, I was just joking around and saying, I'll have to do 12 more. I can't see. No, I have to tell the people about this. Morse is behind the camera there, and she's filming away, and she's saying, she turned it off then, that's why you saw her cut, because she's saying, I can't hear anything, there's no sound. She didn't have the headphones on. That's wonderful. I think, that's made my day. To think that other people do things like that. I'm looking around for my glasses, you know. Okay, yeah, well, the shirt, yeah, you know. So this video, this thing came about because I was joshing around saying I'll have to make another 12 videos on the difference between doing your Tai Chi at the different times of day. And lo and behold, the next morning I was up I usually get up around, well, we've got daylight savings here, so I usually get up around between 3:30 a.m. and 4 a.m., which is our time, 2:30 and, which is real time, 2:30 and 3 a.m. Of course, 3 a.m. is the time when the lung meridian starts to activate. And the lung meridian, the reason it activates at that time is because you're going to get up, you're going to start waking up. And it's the lung meridian, that's your pump. So it really, that's your power system, is your lung. So it gets you going for the whole day. That's why your lungs activated at that time in the morning. And so I was up at that time in the morning, so I just decided to do my Tai Chi form. And it was absolutely amazing. So every morning since then I've got up at 4 a.m. our time, which is really 3 a.m. and the same thing happened every time. All I can say is that everything that you've ever dreamed about in Tai Chi will happen when you do your Tai Chi at that time in the morning. Now maybe it's just the fact that it might happen for a while until everything that should happen at that time should happen, and then maybe it'll subside, but I don't think so, because it is very, very powerful. It's an extremely powerful Tai Chi form, doing it between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. So I should imagine 4 a.m. proper time would be the ideal time to practice it. I mention this because one of the signs, you see, to know when you're doing Tai Chi correctly, when finally it's all starting to come together. Hey, Bob. Bobby, good girl. Come. Oh, she's a beautiful old girl. One of the signs that we look for is, of course, and you all know this, sweaty palms. Sweaty fingertips in particular. And I always wondered why the fingertips perspire. You see, the whole of your body perspires for thermoregulatory means. But the hands, the palms, fingertips and the soles of the feet don't perspire because of thermoregulatory things. The palms and the fingertips and the feet perspire because of, we're told in Western science, because of emotional things. That's why you say, oh, he has sweaty palms, you know. That's why we hear those sorts of things. So obviously, why do the palms and the fingers in particular perspire? And I'm telling you this because when you do the form between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., wow, your hands are just wet. The whole hands are wet, and I even get dripping coming off my fingers. I can feel the drips coming off my fingers when I'm doing the form. It's not because you're hot, because at that time in the morning you don't hardly break out in a sweat doing your Tai Chi. And it's quite a slow form at that time in the morning, maybe 40-45 minutes. But the fingers and the hands are just absolutely perspiring that time in the morning. And when that Western medicine says emotional things, of course Chinese medicine says simply because of internal work. So that's always been a sign, the sweaty palms and the sweaty fingers. It's always been a sign of your Tai Chi finally getting there. And my main reason for mentioning it is the fact that when you do it at that time in the morning, everything that's supposed to happen will happen, if it's ready to happen, of course. It won't happen with a stark beginner. But if you get up at that time in the morning, just make the effort and really maybe just do 5 minutes of Qigong first, and then go through your Tai Chi form. You'll really there's hardly any reason to even learn the movements when you're doing it at that time in the morning. You know, we're learning all the all the internal work, the empty and the heavy parts of your form, etc. But and you must know that, of course. It's important to know, in other words. Most people